I was replaced by a flashy intern, so I built an empire. Here's my comeback story. My name is Carla Booker. I'm 35, and for 7 years, I was the strategist behind every major win at Vestal & Co., a boutique advertising firm with big ambitions and even bigger egos. I wasn't the loudest in the room, but I was the one they called when things got messy. I didn't just build campaign, I built trust. My instincts were sharp, my relationships sharper. Then came Sean Zachary, VP of Client Relations, and a man who believed charisma could replace competence. One Monday morning, he walked into the boardroom with a grin and a resume that sparkled like a Vegas billboard. His nephew, Chase, fresh out of grad school. No experience, but plenty of buzzwords. Disruption, brand velocity, cultural resonance. I counted 6 cliches in his first sentence. By Friday, I was out. No warning, no explanation, just a handshake, a severance package, and a memo that said strategic realignment. They called it a refresh. I called it a slow-motion train wreck. Chase was handed a product launch I'd already mapped out. He scrapped it, said it lacked edge. What followed was a disaster so quiet it was almost elegant. Deadlines slipped, messaging confused, the budget bled. Clients didn't scream, they vanished. One sent back a campaign draft with a single word, unusable. Sean defended him, said Chase was learning, said the market was volatile, said I was too traditional. I watched from the sidelines, sipping coffee and collecting receipts. Then came the leak. A junior account manager forwarded me an internal email. Chase had blamed the failure on my original strategy, the one he never used. That was the moment I stopped watching and started building. I didn't rage, I recalibrated. I launched my own agency, lean, sharp, ruthless. I didn't poach talent, I attracted it. I didn't steal clients, I earned them. I took the same playbook they tossed aside and rewrote it with precision. I didn't just tweak a few things, I changed how the whole game was played. My campaigns weren't about chasing likes or clicks. They made people care. I told real stories, tapped into what made people tick, and built messages that actually connected. Before anyone hit buy, they felt something. That's what made the difference. One of my first hires was a junior strategist from Vestal. She'd been overlooked, ignored, and underpaid. I gave her a voice. She gave me loyalty. That's how you build an empire, one underestimated mind at a time. Our first big campaign was for a luxury skincare brand. The client said they wanted attention. I gave them a story people could see themselves in. We didn't just advertise a product, we built a feeling. The visuals were rich and elegant. The messaging felt personal, and every detail spoke to transformation, not just ingredients. It wasn't about selling a cream. It was about selling confidence, ritual, and renewal. And it worked. The campaign spread fast, shared, reposted, talked about. It didn't just go viral. It stuck. Then came the call. One of my longtime clients from Vestal, someone I'd built campaigns with from scratch, reached out and asked to meet. Not just to talk business. They wanted to invest. Said they'd been watching everything I was building. Said they believed in me more than they ever believed in the firm I left behind. They weren't just switching agencies. They were betting on me. And I accepted. Not out of spite. Not to prove a point. But because I knew what I was building deserved momentum. Their support wasn't a lifeline, it was fuel. The kind that turns a smart idea into an unstoppable brand. I didn't celebrate. I strategized. Because when someone hands you a vote of confidence that big, you don't toast to it, you turn it into results. Sean called, said the company was restructuring, offered me a top management role, said they needed vision. I declined, politely. My intuition told me they were sinking, and I don't do rescue missions. Not for people who throw you overboard for a shiny intern. He tried to appeal to my ego, said I could restore the brand. I told him I already had, just not his. Then he got desperate, said Chase was moving on, said the board wanted me back. I asked if Chase had resigned or been removed. He didn't answer. I didn't need him to. Last week, I was on the cover of Sphere Weekly. The headline? The strategist who rewrote the rules. I didn't smile in the photo. I didn't need to. The story spoke for itself. The article called me a quiet force in a noisy industry, said my agency was the new benchmark. I read it once, then I got back to work, because revenge isn't the goal, excellence is. Sometimes I think back to that boardroom, the moment Sean introduced Chase, the way everyone nodded, pretending not to see the train wreck coming. I wonder if they regret it. I wonder if they ever understood what they lost. But I don't dwell on what's past. I evolve into my own sphere. Revenge isn't loud, it's calculated. It's sipping espresso while your former employer reads your name in every industry newsletter. It's watching their clients become your advocates. It's knowing you didn't just win, you changed the game. They thought a shiny sum and a family connection could replace years of instinct, experience, and real results. So I built something better, smarter, tighter, and impossible to ignore. I didn't just come back, I raised the bar. I became the reference point, the one they now measure themselves against. Turns out, when you underestimate someone who knows how to play the long game, you don't just lose, you get left behind. There's a photo I keep in my office. It's not the magazine cover. It's a snapshot from our first campaign shoot. My team is huddled around a monitor, eyes lit up, ideas flying. That's what strategy looks like. Not buzzwords, not nepotism, just brilliance, shared and sharpened. I don't need to look back. The future is mine, and this time, it's not flashy, it's formidable. Like what you just heard, there's more where that came from. If you're into stories of quiet power, bold comebacks, and revenge served with strategy, hit that subscribe button. Because on Revenge On, we don't just tell stories, we rewrite the rules.